Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Hangtough 2024. I'm going to be doing a series of videos going through Manor Lords, just playing the settlement slash castle kind of builder. I'm going to start fresh and see how it goes. I've got a few hours into this game so far. Really like it, really enjoy this style of game. Kind of grew up with Age of Empires and the old Stronghold Crusader games and stuff like that, so really excited with what I've seen so far with this game. It seems very, I don't know, authentic and just a lot of realism, even though it is in early access. But let's go. I think I'm gonna go with this guy here, and that name works, Jacob. Let's do it. Alright, work on my coat of arms here. Really like the ways you can customize this. Let's see. Just love all the different designs that they have here. Field A, Field B. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so you have 4 different fields. That is really cool. I'll do that field red. There's so many options. Well, I need to make this more simple here. Wow. There really is a lot you can choose from. You really could spend a lot of time on this. But I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to do the more British lion that you see a lot. And I think I'm going to do a pattern in the background. Let's see. What do I like? Of course, that has a French fleur-de-lis look. I think I like that. I'm going to scale it down. Keep that angle at 0. That blends in too much. That blends in too much as well. Huh. I'll just keep it white. Alright. Now, keep that domination. So limit all the other lords by claiming their territory. I want the challenge. On the edge. Grow your premise, grow your city, and raise forces as quickly as you can. Lands are pestered by raiders, and undefended settlements will quickly perish. So survive all attacks and reach the large town settlement level. Okay, I think this one, restoring the peace. That's Survive the attacks and reach large town. I want to dominate the whole map. Alright. Okay, we'll do off-map adversary. Keep that balance for now. Keep the raids between every 2 years. 2 years, raider free. Bandit camps. Starting season. Keep it standard. 1 treasury per resident. But we're gonna say we have a benevolent king, and we're gonna. Okay, we'll just keep it at normal then. If they have, I need to have some tax for the challenge. Yeah, we definitely want the armaments. Get us started with the militia. Alright. Yeah, still early access stuff. I'm sure they'll be adding more as time goes on. Alright. Let's do it. Really like the wallpaper that they have here, the loading screen. That old medieval knights hand-to-hand combat. So I guess technically that could be men of arms. Men at arms, that is. Alright. Give it a second. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it first and get the lay of the land. We got stone right there, clay, iron, a very rich deposit of iron, which is good. Animals right there. And berries right there. I think I like this area. Zweil. Assuming that's more of a German name. Okay. Orient myself to this map this way. We got Goldhof, Waldbrand, Eichenau, Emmenruth, Neusloe, Selbitz, Hof. Well, that symbol's in the way. Hofstetten, maybe. All right. So, obviously, there's a few things I got to think about right out of the gate. So these people need water. They need food, they need shelter. So let's get started. So obviously we've got all our tabs down here for buildings, roads, the army. We can zoom out to the map, some help, and then of course settings. We have really handy overlays. So you can select, I can see where the water is, emmer or wheat, flax, barley, and rye. Man, I have no, oops, I got like no wheat fertility over here. So that's going to be interesting as the game progresses. Flax. I've got some rye, but this is definitely not, smell, fire hazard. But this is definitely not a good area for crops, so I'm going to have to rely on berries and wild animals for our food. Okay. I love the horizon view as you look around the map. It's just very well done. Every time I play it, the views are amazing, and the little details, they just, hats off to the developer. Every little detail is thought of, it seems. Okay. So, time to start here. So I'm going to go to residential, pick out our well site. So I want to be strategic with where I'm going to place everything. For now, I'll go ahead and place it close to the camp so they can get it immediately. So I'll take care of water. Now for food, we'll go ahead and place that. Right there shows you that if you put it within that area, it'll cause the animals to leave. So you have to be careful where you place your hunting camps. So I don't want any chance to see where it highlights it. So I'm going to put him over there. Something we also need to do as we start out, let's go to our logistics. We need to put our granary out here. And we can adjust the location of these buildings as needed. And we'll go ahead and place our storehouse. Let me go ahead and relocate this well before we even get started. We'll go ahead and place it beside the storehouse. Alright. So the next thing is the supplies that we're going to need to build houses. I also want to be strategic with the logging camp, because if you clear out the woods, the animals will leave. If you clear out where the berries are, that'll mess with the berry production. So I think this is going to be pretty much a perfect place to put it along this road. So I'm going to go ahead and place it here, connect it to our camp, this road. I love the way it curves. You can adjust by holding Alt and scrolling, excuse me, Control and scrolling, and you can adjust how much it curves. Really cool feature, makes it more, just gives it a more authentic, organic look to it, not a grid or perfect curves or stuff like that. It feels fake. But I'll do that, and then that. Alright, so at this point, well, that'll get us started. We've got 20 bread, 20 firewood. As of right now, 4 months supply. So let's do this. Message here. So this is our victory conditions. Yep, I'll unite these lands under my rule. So yes, we have to get the granary and the storehouse built so that these supplies do not get ruined. As the wood production starts, we will need to do the burgage plots so that we get these people shelter as well. Our hunting camp is ready, so we need to assign people to that so we start food coming in. Appreciate the commentary and the banter of our settlers here. This gentleman is just standing there like he doesn't know what he's doing. Jorg, you can build. All right. It's a little slow going. They do have time compression that we can use to speed up things if we need to. I found that I rely on that a little bit too much, and I would end up missing some critical steps. Let things progress too fast, and then I would miss some key points to develop certain things or build certain buildings, and then I would find myself having to switch gears and change the course of the way like food production was going or something like that.
It's a veritable masterpiece of carpentry, solid as a rock.
Yes. Let me turn down the voices a little bit too loud. Half the volume there. All right. So they're building that right along. I love how you see it being constructed. What's great about the information about the buildings is you can see what your people are doing. Crafting, advance. You can limit the work area. I can freely move this building. You can also allow or disallow the market stall setup. So you can see again the detail. They're carving the meat. Again, just extremely detailed. The animations is just, it's a visual masterpiece, and there's still in early access, so there's more that I'm sure they'll be doing to make it even better. The smoke, it just very much is just visually appealing. Alright, so let's go ahead and bump the speed up a little bit. Alright, we got a message. I've heard of your renown. I only seek to defend my rights and honor against those who would wrong me. I hope you will not judge me by the rumors and slanders that some may spread about me. Signed and sealed by my own seal, Hildebolt von Berenrut. I do not see a need to answer that, so I will end the conversation. Alright, so now they're building the logging camp. Once we have enough wood, once they start producing logs or timber, then we can work on burgage plots. Alright, so we will assign 2 families because we need production on that to be quick. Because we need wood so we can get these people in houses with shelter. We can draw water. We still have food. We now have meat coming in. But now we need these people under roofs. These tents don't cut it. And we can't grow if we don't have more houses. Alright, so we've got 4 timber now. We'll slow it down. So, with the burgage plot, you click 3 different points. It tells you the direction it's facing. And I want to be strategic with where I place these, because there's benefit in how you lay out the plot. I think I'm going to do my marketplace, which is where goods are bought and sold. Let me extend out my road first. I'll extend out to that stone. We'll kind of create a little bit of a town square. So the marketplace, don't need too many plot points or stall locations. Go ahead and build that. So for our burgage plots, come out. Do this number. Okay, so we need a lot more wood to get 5 started. So let's bring down the amount. Now there's a trick to the size of these burgage plots. One thing that you can have them do is have a additional vegetable garden in this area where you can do chickens to produce eggs. It seems that the bigger the plot, the more vegetables that they can produce. So it's wise to try to create pretty large plots so that you can produce vegetables. So let's go ahead. Wonder, because the church placement, because we must have the church as one of the centerpieces of our town, as the worship of God should be the centerpiece of any town, of any community. So let's see. I also try to find the highest point, if there's really a highest point to use. I think I'll go ahead and delete this road. You can hold Alt to remove. So I think what I'll do is the church will go here. Church will go there, so I will do the road like this. Go around these trees, connect it there. And then we'll do our burgage plots. Yes, that'll work out nicely, I believe. So now we'll make some pretty large burgage plots here. A twist where they face. Okay, so that's 6. Let's speed up a little bit. Get some more wood production. Alright, give him a little more time. Felling the trees. Very nice animations. Seems to be a little bit awkward of a axe swing, but can't expect too terribly much from a strategy castle settlement building game. Alright, I believe we'll have enough wood. Okay. So that'll get us 6 plots. That should get us enough housing for our people. So no longer be out in the cold. It's March, and this is more of a, it would seem, a climate that would probably be pretty cold with mountains around. It's probably higher elevation, so a colder area. I'm in the south of the United States, and it doesn't get too terribly cold during the winter, but there are some cold spells. Alright. Homelessness is dropping our approval rating, obviously. But that should be mended here shortly. Go ahead and speed it up 12 times, get this no storage space. It's one thing that has to be worked on soon, is getting logistics up and running. It requires upgrading the hitching posts to a stable and then purchasing an ox. The stocks are getting soaked. Alright, let me go ahead and assign people to the storehouse. You need to get stuff out of the weather. There we go. Let's move this over. Alright, so now we have 2 houses built, and they're working on the 3rd and the 4th. Once again, the visual appearance of these houses are just, the detail is just tremendous. Really, it just puts you there. The scaling, I think, is good. Pretty much real one-to-one scale. Just very nice. You just see them building.
Bring that piece over here.
Yeah, puddles from the rain. It's the texturing. It's just very cool. You don't find too many games that have such detail. Soon to be done with that house. So there are resources to gather, and we have to plan ahead.
Just give me a hammer and something needs to be knocked over.
So there's a couple different things. There's these development points that become available when we reach the next settlement level, which requires 5 burgage plots level 1 or higher, which obviously they start at level 1. So once these 2 are built, we'll level up. There'll be certain features available to us, and we have to be very strategic about which ones we choose, because if we don't, it'll hinder our growth as we move forward. And moving right along with production. So another aspect that we have to be mindful of. So the logging camp, of course, produces timber for building, and then the woodcutter's lodge produces firewood, and they obviously need firewood for staying warm. So we'll go ahead and have that being built. I want these houses built first. You can adjust the construction priority. So I want those 3 built as soon as possible. So now, we still have supplies. Let's go and assign people. Now we ran out of unassigned automatically other construction workers, so if you assign everybody else out, then you lose them. So let me pull them back for now. The granary doesn't need anybody assigned to it initially. Alright, let's speed us up a little bit. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy what you're watching, and please, any input, feedback about this video would be welcomed. One thing that I can do is, once it's built, you can construct backyard extensions. So 15 coins, you can have a vegetable garden, or 25 passive yield of eggs, another 25 passive yield of hides, which can be used for clothing. Now with hides, the hunting camp already produces a decent amount of hides. As you can see already, I have 11. So that would be kind of a redundant thing to have. So I'm going to go with a vegetable garden there. And we'll do another vegetable garden. I've found that it's critical to, especially at the beginning, really establish a good food supply and focus on multiple streams of food, because if you don't, you get bigger and bigger, and then the scales, you go from having plenty of food to having a shortage of food, and then your settlement basically falls apart. Construction material and supplies and whatnot. Another gathering and processing building is a saw pit, which turns timber into planks, which is needed for certain type of buildings. But let us fast forward this a little bit. So I've finished these buildings. That will do it for this video. So we've got the resources. Hold on. Alright, armament delivery. So this is in order to form our militia to be prepared against any attacks by bandits or any other individuals that would try to attack us. Looks like our border is a creek. Looks very nice. Alright. We got this last house being built. So development, again, this is where there's so many different features that you have to be very careful which one you choose. So if I were to do a plow right now, that wouldn't make sense because I really can't do any farming. I'm not doing any farming yet, so I would basically waste that point. Trapping and forest management is going to help my food. Beekeeping is also going to help with food. I can do charcoal, which will double my refueling efficiency, which is definitely not a bad one, but a little bit early for not right now. And then armor making, which is again a little premature. This trade routes is also a little bit early on. I'm too early to really benefit from that, as well as foreign suppliers. That produces a passive supply of firewood and bread at a cost. So I'm not really making any money yet, so that definitely would not help me right now. So I think I'm going to go with berry deposits because it'll double that deposit and I can really start making a lot of food. So I'm going to close that. And again, the berry deposit is right there. I will go ahead and place our forager hut kind of halfway between, kind of have it face the main village. Place them where the road can feed into this, as well as when we build our iron mine. So let's extend it out here. Be careful not to build a road over the mine and possibly mess with the supplies. I'm actually going to demolish this and slide it over. Alright. So we'll do that. Go ahead and connect that in there. Okay. So this house is almost built. Alright. So this is the first installment. Again, feel free to give me any feedback, input about how it's going so far, and we will see you on the next one.